In international news, yesterday local time, widespread power outages were reported across most regions of Spain, including Madrid and Barcelona, as well as parts of Lisbon, the capital of Portugal. The blackout caused major traffic disruptions, with traffic lights failing across cities. While the cause of the blackout has not yet been determined, about 35% of Spain's electricity supply had been restored, but full recovery is expected to take more time. In response to the crisis, the Spanish government has officially declared a national state of emergency, and no South Korean casualties have been confirmed yet. And now for today's weather. Current temperature is 16 degrees Celsius with clear skies. Temperatures will be around 10 degrees this evening. That wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You are listening to BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is Midday Mate with Kimberly An. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Today, April 29th, means it's officially World Dance Day. That's right, a day to celebrate movement, music, and connection. And don't worry, this isn't just for professional dancers or those with perfect posture. Whether you're a casual kitchen dancer or someone who sways in music in the elevator, this celebration is for everyone who's ever let music move them. So we'll explore how dance connects us globally, why it still matters in our digital world, and we'll even hear what a few experts have to say about its surprising power. It's Tuesday, April 29th, 2025, and this is Midday Mate. Let's get started!
give you more. Don't you know that the time has arrived? Step by step, ooh baby, gonna get to you, girl. Step by step, ooh baby, really want you in my world. Step by step, ooh baby, gonna get to you, girl. Step by step, ooh baby, really want you in my world. Step by step.
And that was Step by Step by Midnight Red. This is a high-energy pop cover which was released in 2011. Its original tune was sung by New Kids on the Block in 1990. Midnight Red was an American boy band often compared to groups like NSYNC and One Direction, known for catchy choruses and dance-heavy performances. The song is about winning someone over slowly, step by step, with confidence, charm, and persistence. It's fun, upbeat, and definitely made for the stage. Hello everyone, we're live in the studio in Busan on this Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Mate. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM if you're a mate in the Kijang, Cheongwon, Noksan areas. And I'm your host, Kimberly. Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, everybody. And it is such a nice and warm and sunny day. Can you enjoy? I hope you are all enjoying the sunshine and good weather right now. So what do we have coming up on the show today? In hour number 1, we're going to start off with Listomania, a daily topic adventure with a list of things that will keep you entertained. And today we're going to be talking about World Dance Day, step by step. So again, if you didn't know, today, April 29th, is World Dance Day. And even though you may not be good at dancing or you don't like dancing, moving to the groove of music is always, considered dancing too. So you're a dancer. After Listomania, we'll have the real charm of Busan. A journey through Busan's hidden gems, revealing the charms everyone knows, but few have fully discovered. And Jimmy will be here for that in just a moment. And now for hour number 2. Today's quote is what's going to start us off. A moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. After today's quotes, we'll have Byte-size banter, a daily dose of lighthearted chatter on a new topic every day with Andrew. Always one of my favorite segments here on the show. And then after that, we'll have Don't Make a Scene. Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes and my poor acting skills. And then, since it is Tuesday, we had a new segment for Tuesday last week, and today will be our second episode of Love is a Science. And you know what? We had a lot of fun with this segment last week, so I'm really excited to see how our mates are going to react to what we have for today. Again, Love is a Science is a segment where we explore the dynamics of relationships through data, uncovering the science behind love. And I will be checking your messages throughout the show. We have lots of people coming into our YouTube live stream right now. We have Benny Neem and Jenny Neem. Look at that rhyme, Benny and Jenny. And we also have Konderevam Neem, Juliet Neem, and Sangmin Park Neem. Hello, hello. I hope you're all having a very good Tuesday so far. And I hope you're ready for our question of the day because here it is. When was the last time you danced and why? So when was the last time you danced and why? So, you may have just danced in the shower this morning as you were getting ready. Maybe you had like an actual dance, a formal dance when you went to a wedding after party and you danced there. When was the last time you danced? And what was the reason for it? Why did you dance there? 마지막으로 춤춘 건 언제였고 그 이유는 무엇인가요? So let us know if it was during a celebration, alone by yourself at home, or just maybe to have a good day ending with a little jiggle and dance. Go ahead and send in your answers. Text in pound 9050 or shop 9050. It'll only cost you 101. or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us as a Kakao friend and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search the same thing, BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of the app stores. Download the app, listen to our programs, and also don't forget to leave us comments after logging in. And now I'll be right back with Listomania after the song. Here is My Sherry Amor remix by Stevie Wonder.
Summer day, my Sherry Amor, distant as the Milky Way. My Sherry Amor, pretty little one that I adore. You're the only girl my heart beats for. I wish that you were in a cafe, or sometimes on a crowded street. I've been near you, but you never noticed me. My Sherry Amor, won't you tell me how could you ignore that behind that little smile I wore? I wish that you were mine. La 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 la. Maybe someday you'll see my face among the crowd. Maybe someday I'll share your little distant cloud. Oh, Sherry Amor, pretty little one that I adore. You're the only girl my heart beats for. I wish that you were mine. La 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 Maybe someday you'll see my face among the crowd. Maybe someday I'll share your little distant cloud. Oh, Sherry Amor, pretty little one that I adore. You're the only girl my heart beats for. I wish that you were mine. La 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 la
And welcome back. That was My Chérie Amour remix by Stevie Wonder. And now it is time for Listomania, a daily topic adventure with a list of things that will keep you entertained. And today we're going to be talking about World Dance Day step by step. So let's begin with a little bit of background, shall we? World Dance Day was established in 1982 by the International Dance Council under UNESCO. It was created not just to honor dance as an art form, but to encourage people across the globe, regardless of background, age, or skill level, to engage with movement, to move around, to move your body, to have some fun. The date, April 29th, was chosen to honor the birthday of Jean-Georges Noverre, a French dancer and ballet reformer who believed dance should be expressive and tell stories, not just follow strict form. So that idea still echoes today in a lot of dance. However, World Dance Day is not just about ballet or classical performance. In fact, its beauty lies in its inclusivity. From folk dances in South America to ceremonial dances in parts of Asia and Africa, dance has always been a tool for communication, for celebration, mourning, storytelling, protest, and community. So we don't just dance all the time for, festivals and entertainment and for K-pop stars, but dance has been used for a lot of different things, celebration, mourning, and lots of other cultural things as well. We sometimes think of dance as just entertainment, right? But it's been much more than that throughout history. Think of dances performed during harvests, at weddings, or in times of grief. These weren't about performance, and they were about presence. So not performance, but for presence. Let me share something interesting from cultural anthropologist Dr. Alana Reyes, who studies movement in indigenous communities. She once wrote, quote, "Dance is a language that predates words. In many societies, it was, and still is, how people remember their history, connect with their ancestors, and pass on values," end quote. Isn't that powerful? So again, dance is a language that predates words. Dance has been used before we started using words, and that's how old and how long we have been using it. Now, in today's fast-paced world, full of screens and schedules and scrolling, we don't always make time to move intentionally, right? But dance can be a quiet revolution against that. A recent article in the Global Arts Review cited neurologist Dr. Kai Mendel, who studies the effect of movement on the brain. According to Dr. Mendel, it says, quote, "Dance activates more areas of the brain than almost any other exercise. It requires memory, balance, coordination, and emotional expression, which is why it's now used in therapy for both physical and mental health. In fact, dance therapy is growing in use around the world, helping people deal with anxiety, trauma, and even neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's. So, we don't just have dance, to lose weight, but dance can also heal our brain. And it has such a big impact on all the little neurons and like the synapses that we have in our brain because we're moving and there's so much to do. Memory, right? We have to memorize things for, the movement and where our body is positioned. And then we have to balance. Maybe some movements we have to balance on one foot, or maybe we have to turn around and circle around really quickly. So we need to catch our balance again. Again, with the coordination, each beat and rhythm, there is a different movement, right? And also emotional expression. We don't just dance with a straight face and just dance like this the whole time, right? There must be some type of emotional expression. If it was a sad song, then we have to express that sadness in our face. Or if it's a hip hop song, we have to, show how cool we are. Or if it's a lovely song, then we have to smile and, have those different types of emotion when we are dancing. But let's talk about something more everyday, okay? How many of us have had this moment? You're in your living room, the music's on, and no one is watching. And suddenly, you just start moving. That tiny dance, that private groove, it's not silly, it's human. And we often have that also when we're younger, right? When we see babies and we put on music, what do they start doing? Do they just stand there? No, most of them will, bounce their legs up and down and their knees and they'll go up and down. And that is their movement, right? Studies show that even brief periods of spontaneous movement can lift your mood, reduce your stress hormones, and boost creativity. You don't need choreography and you don't need a crowd, you just need to move. Another interesting thing about dance is that it evolves constantly. It's always changing, right? Blending styles across borders also. For example, what once began as a street dance in one country might become a traditional performance in another over time. Dances aren't fixed. They travel, adapt, and reflect the people who carry them. Of course, many communities use dance to preserve identity also. From indigenous Australian dances that reflect stories of the dream time to Korean traditional dance styles like seungmu, which combine meditation and movement, these forms are passed on through generations not just as art, but as memory. One dance instructor I recently spoke with, but it put it beautifully. She said, quote, "When people dance together, they remember they're part of something bigger. You don't have to speak the same language to move in rhythm. That's what makes dance such a powerful bridge between cultures," end quote. And I did have a few dancer friends who lived in Seoul, and they would go to like these workshops in America. And I would ask them, hey, you can't speak English. Like, how did you, survive over there? And then my friend said it perfectly. And he said, dance is not just, we don't have to talk. We don't have to communicate with our mouths. We communicate by how we move our bodies. And that's how he was able to learn from all those workshops in America. And I was like, that is so true. We don't need to talk when we're dancing, right? Now that we live in a world where many of us spend our days seated, watching content, or typing away, dance is one of the few remaining ways that we can reconnect with the full range of what our bodies are capable of. It reminds us we are not just minds with screens, but whole beings made for rhythm, motion, and joy. So whether it's a solo spin in the hallway, a group circle in a village square, or just a subtle shoulder sway to the music playing in your favorite cafe, today is a chance to embrace dance. Not to impress others, but to express something to yourself. If you ever dance for no reason, just because it felt good, that's the spirit of today, World Dance Day. And I hope that you're all able to, dance and enjoy all of the songs that we're going to play for you today and, dance around in your seat today. You don't have to get up and do something extravagant, but just moving your body around just a little bit, again, it reduces the stress hormones in your body. So why don't you take a dance? With that, let's take a song break. Here is Mystical Magical by Benson Boone.
There's nothing colder than your shoulder when you're dragging me along like you do. And then you switch up with no warning and you kiss me like you want it. How rude. But I kinda like it anyways. I don't mind if this is gonna take a million days. I know you'll come around to me eventually. If you sit back, relax, and join my company. Once you know what my love's gonna feel like, nothing else will feel right. You can feel like moonbeam ice cream, taking off your blue jeans, dancing at the movies, 'cause it feels so mystical, magical, oh baby. 'Cause once you know my love is so mystical, magical, oh baby. 'Cause once you know my little heart to get, baby, I wanna give you the world. Not saying you gotta chase me, but I wouldn't mind it if you give me just a little bit of something we can work it with. But all you do is push me out. But I like it anyways, 'cause I think I'm getting closer to you every day. I know you'll come around to me eventually. Just sit back, relax,
And welcome back, everyone. That was Mystical Magical by Benson Boone. And I am your host, Kimberly. And you're listening to the awesome show of Midday Mate. And now for our question of the day and text topic, it is, when was the last time you danced and why? When was the last time you danced and why? 마지막으로 춤춘 건 언제였고 그 이유는 무엇인가요? And I have a message here from Benny Name saying, for me, the last time I danced was like only at home, practicing K-pop dances from the 2000s, like Rising Sun by 동방신기 and You from Super Junior. Good job, Benny Name. You know, dancing at home, it's a way to relieve stress. And if you dance to songs that you like, all the better. And we have another message here from Che Hee-sung-nim saying, I have two left feet. If I dance with a couple, I might keep stepping on my partner's foot. Well, you know, a lot of us, you know, may not be very talented at dancing, but just move into the groove of the song is also very good. I have another message here from 만학도 영어님 saying, 안녕하세요. 저는 노래는 좀 하는데, 몸치라 춤은 꽝이에요. 8년 전에 친정엄마 팔순 잔치 때 노래 부르면서 못 추는 춤춘 게 마지막이었어요. 70살 넘으면 라인 댄스나 줌바 댄스를 좀 배워볼까요? Ah, yes. Well, you know, even though, you know, I think I'm 몸치 too, but moving around, it's always good. No one's there to judge. And if they are, who cares what they say? We're trying to just have some fun. But yes, I heard that line dance and Zumba dancing is really good for you. Like what we talked about for Listomania. It's not just, you know, for your health also, but for your mental health too, and for your brain to release those stress hormones there. And again, if you have an answer, go ahead and send it in. Text in pound 9050 or shop 9050 and it'll only cost you 101. Or reach us through KakaoTalk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search the same thing again, BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of the app stores. You can listen to our programs and leave us comments after logging in. And now I'll be right back with our Tuesday segments. And now it's time for the real charm of Busan, where Jimmy takes us on a journey through the real charm and well-known wonders of Busan. Introducing Busan's charm as a travel destination, its unique food, things to see, and things to enjoy. Hello, Jimmy.
Yay! Hello, Jimmy in the building.
Yes. How are you doing today?
Doing good. Really fun. Having a good day. So far, so good.
Yes. You know, I have a message here. It's not anything like we've had before, like 지민님 너무 잘생겼어요. You know, we have that every week, so I'm gonna pass those
Okay.
now. But we have a message here from 곤드레 밤님 saying 지구의 날 일회용 컵을 들고 와서 혼나고 바로 텀블러 가지고 옴.
No, but that's not true because I usually carry around my tumbler at all times, but except that day, I don't know why. You feel me, right?
I know. So Jimmy does always bring a tumbler, but it happened to be that day that he brought in a plastic cup of coffee.
But those things always happen to us, though.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's always the days that we don't expect it.
Right. And that day, it just happened. I'm like, as soon as you asked that question, I'm like, uh-oh.
And before we move on, so we're talking about dance today. Are you a dancer, Jimmy?
Well, yeah, I like freestyle. I just like to move my body with that groove.
저 이제 지민님이 일어나서 댄스를.
You wish.
I do wish.
No, but I do. I dance all the time. Like, especially when I'm driving in the car, I like clap my hands and, you know, do this and like sing along.
Really?
And the good thing about living in Korea, my car is really tint, dark.
super tinted.
So I don't really have to care about like other people's look. But if I did that in LA, they would probably like stare at me at all times.
that guy doing?
I'm like dancing and listening to the music at the same time.
Oh,
so yeah.
That's so good. 흥이 많네요.
그쵸?
Wow.
Yeah,
You know, for me, it's in my car. No, I don't think so.
Really?
Just at home.
At home.
Yeah.
Like when you're cooking or something like that,
When I'm
moving
eating.
around. Yeah. Right.
When I get that first bite of food, I'm just like,
Oh
and I
yeah.
dance
Of
along.
course. Yeah.
Well, with that, Julia Neem saying he is dancing in a mini video. Oh, was it a mini video before?
Yeah.
But yes, so the real charm of Busan. So, the drum roll.
Today,
Where
I
are we
love
going?
to talk about this place first. It's everybody's paradise, especially for those people who love sports.
Oh.
Right now, it's a baseball season. Yeah. In Korea, it's a Sajik Baseball Stadium.
Yes, this is Hajik Baseball Stadium.
Yeah.
Where are all the Busan fans at?
Yeah. I'm a Lotte Giants fan myself. But the thing is, over the past like more than 10 years, I mean, I can't say this because it's based on fact. They didn't really play well. But this year, I mean, so far so good. For the last 10 games, they won 7 games. They
that's
only lost 3 games.
That's a good record.
Yeah, it's a good record. So, yeah, I'm really catching up with all those game highlights. And, yeah, I'm just cheering them up right now.
Have you gone a lot already this season?
Not yet. I haven't actually been to the live game yet, but I will because I didn't really want it to like have a high expectation at first. So I was kind of like, lean back and watch and see how it goes. But yeah, I will definitely visit sometime in May to cheer them up and attend those live games.
Wow, so I've never watched a game.
Really?
So I was...
Not even on TV. Not even on TV.
That really didn't really sound like a really. It was like... That really was like, Kimberly, I know that you've never been, but I'm just going to ask you really anyways. That's what it sounded like.
My bad. Oops.
But no, I've never watched a game either on TV.
Really?
I'm more of a...
Wow.
That really question. I like to MLB.
Oh, of course.
Major League Baseball.
I'm a Dodgers fan myself.
Oh.
Otani and yeah. And right now these days San Francisco Giants
Is
because
this
of
what they do?
Lee Jung-woo. Yeah.
And then, but I'm an Orioles fan. They're not that good.
No
I
fans,
think.
but
I think they did well last year. I don't know.
yeah.
Anywho, but I really like baseball. But I'm waiting to go to Sajik Stadium.
Oh yeah.
I've been telling my husband, I was like, I want to go.
Yeah.
And I made him sign a contract on my phone. I was like,
Really?
And it was 2022. Like I promised to take Kimberly to a game.
But you haven't been there yet?
Yeah.
Wow, you should definitely go this time because right now they are ranked on 4th. But the thing is, that's not a bad record because second place and third, there's only a 1 game apart. So if we win the next game, we're just gonna jump up to the second place anyway. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, they're really doing well right now.
I bought tickets last year too to go with a group of friends.
But you couldn't go?
It rained that day. It was like super
yeah,
big
yeah, yeah.
rainstorm, so we had to cancel our tickets.
Oh, but this year for sure. Because yeah, right now they're doing really well. I mean, some fans might say like, oh, they're only good in spring season.
Oh, really?
But this year, I feel it. I feel something different.
Something in your bones.
Yeah,
They're gonna do well.
Yeah.
Well,
something
let's
different.
Go back to Sajik Stadium. Tell us more about this awesome place.
Sure. I mean, Sajik Stadium is home to the Lotte Giants and Busan's beloved baseball team. And going to a game here isn't just about the sports. It's actually a cultural experience. And today's topic was something related to dance, right?
Right.
You just cannot sit there and just only watch the game once you go to Sajik. You probably have to like stand up and dance with like all this group of people and cheer them, and you don't really have any time to just sit back and focus on watching that game.
It's totally different. From what I've seen, I haven't been to a baseball game yet, but I
Yeah.
saw videos. Super culture shock
Right.
of how different it was from America.
Yeah.
In America, you would get out of your seat maybe once or
Yeah,
twice.
right.
If they're doing like the camera and trying to find people who are dancing, or when they're doing the wave.
True.
But everything else, you're just sitting there watching and eating your
Right.
hot dog.
Right. Yeah. But here, it's a different atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every innings, they do that kind of an event too. But not just that event, but they do like all these, dance moves, and yeah, they're just all really hyped up.
So tell me about the chanting and dancing.
Yeah, on the right before the 7th inning, if I'm not wrong, they actually take out this orange plastic bag and they blow, and then they put it over their head. And they start like chanting and cheering, and then they all like put their arms around another person's shoulder, and they just start singing 부산 갈매기.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
an orange bag on your
Yeah,
head.
because that's the color. That's the color of the team.
Ah.
Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah.
knew that.
I don't think so. But yeah, that's what they do. And yeah, plus, I mean, fans are known as some of those most passionate in Korea. And have you ever heard like them shouting ma? When other teams are doing really well, everybody just stands up and then pointing at that person, maybe the pitcher or maybe the hitter, they just start shouting like ma, ma,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Right.
They're just doing their job.
Yeah.
They're pointing and yelling at them.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I've heard that during home games, the whole stadium feels like a big party.
For sure. And that's why so many people love to go there. And then some of my friends, it's a real story. They just purchased a whole season ticket. They just go like every home games.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Right.
But
And they just always have dinner at the Sajik Stadium while watching the game.
isn't that expensive?
I guess so, but they're that much into it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what are some types of snacks that they have there?
Well, they have everything from like a finger snack to like tteokbokki and sometimes sundae and of course fried chicken. But fried chicken, we're going to talk about it a little later.
Okay.
And yeah, also like all other, foods.
Nice. So with that, let's move away from Sajik and let's go to our next place.
Yeah, next place is Busan Asiad Sculpture Plaza Square. It's actually connected to the stadium. Yeah. There's like a small park where they have all these kind of sculpture.
Oh.
That's what we call the formal name is the Busan Asiad Sculpture Plaza, like square. And it's a beautiful open space filled with like fascinating art. Yeah.
Very interesting. So I think it would also be a good spot for just walking around.
Right. Especially when fans actually come to the stadiums or maybe the sports complex a little early. They can just hang around there for a bit. And not only for those fans who's willing to attend games, but when you actually go there on weekends, a lot of family members, they just do like a small picnic there.
Oh,
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah.
So before the baseball game, get there early, have a little picnic at our 부산 아시아드 광장.
Yes.
The Busan Asiad Sculpture Plaza.
Yeah.
And then go on to the game.
Right. And it's not just like a sculptures, but large-scale artworks that celebrate human spirit, sportsmanship, and the beauty of movements as well.
Oh, very nice. And now, with that, let's go into something with food. Or before we get into food, let's take a song break first. Here is Stereo Hearts by Gym Class Heroes featuring Adam Levine.
My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low.
Turn it
This
up a little bit.
melody was meant for you. So
right
sing
there.
along to my stereo.
Class heroes, baby. If I was just another dusty record on the shelf, would you blow me off and play me like everybody else? If I asked you to scratch my back, could you manage that? Like if we had chicken Travie, I can handle that. Furthermore, I apologize for any skipping tracks. This is the last girl that played me, left a couple cracks. I used to, now I'm over that. Cause holding grudges over love is ancient artifacts. If I could only find a note to make you understand, I sing it softly in your ear and grab you by the hands. Keep me stuck inside your head like your favorite tune. And know my heart's a stereo, the only place for you.
My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. stereo. So sing along to my stereo.
Let's go! If I was an old school 50-pound boombox, would you hold me on your shoulder wherever you walk? Would you turn my volume up in front of the cops and crank it higher every time they told you to stop? And all I ask is that you don't get mad at me when you have to purchase Mad D batteries. Appreciate every mixtape your friends make. You never know, we come and go like on the interstate. I think I finally found a note to make you understand. If you can hit it, sing along and take me by the hands. Keep me stuck inside your head like your favorite tune. You know my heart's a stereo, the only place for you.
My heart's a stereo. It beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Make me your radio. And turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you. So sing along to my stereo. So sing along to my stereo. I only pray you'll never leave me behind.
Never leave me.
Because good music can be so hard to find.
So hard to find.
I'll take your hand and hold it closer to mine.
Yeah.
Thought love was there, but now you're changing my mind. My heart's a stereo. It beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Make me your radio. And turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you. So sing along to my stereo.
It's your boy Travis. Gym Class Heroes, baby. Yeah.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Stereo Hearts by Gym Class Heroes featuring Adam Levine. And right now you're listening to Midday Mate, and we're in the middle of our segment of The Real Charm of Busan with Jimmy.
Yay.
So we just talked about Sajik Stadium. We talked about the Sculpture Plaza.
Right.
And we got to talk about food.
Of course.
What's up for food today?
Today, I just did a little bit of a spoiler before. We're gonna talk about chicken.
Fried chicken.
Yeah, fried chicken.
Yum.
Are you a huge fan of fried chicken?
Yes.
Do you like original or marinated fried chicken? Which
just
one do you prefer?
Regular fried.
Really?
Fried chicken.
Oh, okay. Fried chicken.
프라이드 치킨.
Okay.
최고입니다.
But then, do you like to dip something with like some kind of a sauce, maybe barbecue
I have
or?
3 sauces.
Okay.
I have ranch sauce.
Okay.
And then another sauce from an American restaurant.
Ooh.
And then I have the yangnyeom sauce that they give you.
Wow, that's cool.
What about
and-
you?
Yeah, I always order like half and half.
Ah.
Yeah, 반반 chicken because I like them both.
I like the yangnyeom chicken with pop.
Oh, that sounds good too.
순살.
Yeah. And then you just mix it up with rice and
Yeah.
then eat them. Yeah.
Yum. Oh, now PD님
yeah.
put a picture here.
Right.
Fried chicken.
So yeah, when we think about this fried chicken, you must order this and take it to the Sajik Stadium to watch the game. Yeah.
You can take it?
Yeah, of course. You can just, bring them to the stadium. You cannot order it from the stadium.
Right.
Because they could maybe, but I don't think you'll be able to get your fried
Right.
chicken. But they do also sell inside of the stadium as well. So, but many people loves to go in advance to order them and then pick them up and then walk up to the stadium.
We have a message here from 심창보님 saying fried chicken is a real friend of our monotonous life, I believe.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
konderbam님 also making fun of us, saying there's no pause between do you like fried chicken and yes.
Yeah.
I didn't even let you finish your question there.
Right.
So fried chicken is huge
It
with
is.
baseball games.
Yeah, especially, not only around Sajik Stadium area, like the whole area is just full with like this fried chicken restaurants, like every alley, like literally when we think about it. But especially in Sajik, around that Sajik Stadium, they have like all different fried chicken restaurants. So you can just choose to enter like the ones that you like and then order, pick them up, and then bring it up.
So whichever franchise you prefer,
Yeah.
you get it and you bring it. So do you have any recommendations for first-timers?
Yeah, I mean, definitely try the original fried chicken. First, crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside. And then branch out into the yangnyeom chicken, which is sweet and spicy.
Yum.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
And they also
Very
have
delicious.
like all different kinds of flavors too,
Right.
like garlic or soy sauce and like other type of, I don't even know what. They have like so many.
They have too many.
Yeah.
There's always like different events with different types of chicken
Right.
happening.
True.
Oh, and here we have the 식음료 매장 안내도 for the Sajik Stadium, where you can see all the different types of food that they serve there.
Especially, you know what I love actually?
What?
I love having 닭강정 when I go to the live games.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's very different. Again, in America, you just gotta get your peanuts and hot dog and you're
Yeah,
set. But
right.
here it's like a full like
True.
course meal of
Yeah.
chicken.
Huge amount of portion too.
Yeah. Wow.
And you must share with others because otherwise you won't be able to finish the whole thing.
Ah.
It's too huge.
That sounds delicious.
Right.
And it would be perfect with a cold drink after all that cheering, chanting, and dancing.
Definitely. And then with that fried chicken and the cold drink, that's like a full Busan experience.
Oh,
Yeah.
very good. So if you are planning to go to a baseball game soon, don't forget your fried chicken.
Definitely.
So what's a different activity or adventure that you have for us today?
Well, this area is not that far from Sajik Stadium. I would like to mention about Busan Citizens Park because it's, the season of spring and then the weather is getting warmer. I'm sure so many families out there and then we are about to face the Children's Day as well.
Yeah.
So many people are just trying to figure out where shall, take their kids to. But yeah, Busan Citizens Park is definitely a one of a kind. It's one of the largest park here in Busan. And it's actually in the middle of the downtown near Seomyeon. So you can just easily approach there.
Oh, Citizens Park, the 시민공원.
Right.
What can visitors do there?
Yeah, you can definitely do like walking trails and water features and playgrounds for kids and even like space dedicated to Korean traditional garden. And then, yeah, you see a lot of people just running on the track. And also, one thing that I love about this park is like the park is surrounded with all these apartment complexes, also with like those large supermarkets as well. Yeah, I cannot name them, but you probably know. So you can just go there, grab something to eat, and then bring it to the park. And that's why I say it's a good place for you to just do like a small picnic.
Nice. And we have a little bit, like a minute left to talk about our festival. Can you tell us quickly about the 2025 Busan Lotus Lantern Festival?
Yes, it will be. It actually kicked off on the 18th of April, and then it will go on until the 6th of May.
Wow.
So you still have a couple more days to actually catch up with. And this is traditionally held to celebrate Buddha's birthday. And once you go to Songsanghyeon Gwangjang, which is like right next to the Citizens Park, and then you can just, during this time, you can just visit those temples and you'll get to see this beautiful lotus lantern.
Nice. And I know that it's super colorful and beautiful. So if you want to take pictures, even if you're not celebrating Buddha's birthday, it is part of culture. So to enjoy that, that'll be very fun also.
For sure.
Well, wow. We talked about so many different things from cheering at Sajik Stadium to sculptures to crispy chicken to Busan Citizen Park. And
That's
now
right.
the glowing lanterns for the Buddha's birthday festival.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, so many different things that you brought for us today, Jimmy. Thank you so much. And I hope that all of our listeners were inspired with what Jimmy had brought for us and you were
Yay.
able to go out and explore.
All right. So I'll get to see you guys all next week.
Yes. Jimmy, see you next week and bye-bye.
Bye.
And everyone, that is the end of our first hour. I'll be right back at 1 p.m. after this song, so don't go too far. Here is Cherish, remixed by Kool and the Gang.
Cherish the love, cherish the life.
Let's take a walk together near the ocean shore. Hand in hand, you and I. Let's cherish every moment we have been given. The time is passing by. I often pray before I lay down by your side. If you receive your calling before I awake, could I make it through the night? Cherish the love we have. We should cherish the life we live. Oh.
one can say we didn't try. I gave you every fiber of earth in my blood till tonight. You did the same. Know that it's true. Sometimes the fire fades away, but my darling, we're fading too. You know it's over when it's over and it's over, baby. I guess it's time to let it go. Oh, it's coming on real slow. It's out of our control, and every time you breathe, a piece of us is dying. So tell me how you feel. Was any of this real? It's hard to see the good through all the tears I'm crying. Thought we were meant to be. Guess we were meant to be with other people. Pack up your things, take a couple of mine. Baby, they're yours to make sure that you don't leave our memory behind. 'Cause I know it's over when it's over and it's over, baby. Now it's time to let it go. Oh, it's coming on real slow. It's out of our control, and every time you breathe, a piece of us is dying. So tell me how you feel. Was any of this real? It's hard to see the good through all the tears I'm crying. Thought we were meant to be. Guess we were meant to be with other people. It's coming on real slow. It's out of our control, and every time you breathe, a piece of us is dying. So tell me how you feel. Was any of this real? It's hard to see the good through all the tears I'm crying. Now we were meant to be. Guess we were meant to be with other people.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Other People by Daniel Seavey. It is a heartfelt pop song that explores the complexities of love and longing. In it, Seavey sings about the pain of watching someone move on while he's still caught in the emotions of the past. Daniel Seavey is a member of the popular boy band Why Don't We, showcases his emotional depth as a solo artist with this track that we listened to. The song's raw lyrics and soothing melody capture the vulnerability and heartache of unrequited love, making it resonate deeply with listeners. And again, that was Other People by Daniel Seavey. Hello, everyone. We are live in the studio in Busan this Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Mate. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM if you're a mate in the Kijang, Cheongwan, and Noksan areas. And I am your host, Kimberly. Hello, hello. And now it is the start of hour number 2 already because it is 1:04 in the afternoon. So what are we going to start off with? We're going to have today's quote, a moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. And after that, we'll have Byte-size banter, a daily dose of lighthearted chatter on a new topic every day with Andrew. And after Byte-size banter, we'll have Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And then we'll close the show with Love is a Science. It is our news segment on our Tuesdays, and we explore the dynamics of relationships through data, uncovering the science behind love. And again, our question of the day and text topic for today is, when was the last time you danced and why? When was the last time you danced and why was the reason? Why did you dance then? 마지막으로 춤춘 건 언제였고 그 이유는 무엇인가요? And I felt like I did have an answer here earlier. So, we have a message here from 심창보님 saying, 사무실 거래처 분의 아드님 돌잔치 갔다가 돌잔치 사회자분께서 먹춤을 추는 사람에게 고급 와인을 증정하겠다고 해서 진정한 막춤을 추고 와인 세트를 받았는데 집에 와서 개봉해보니 아주 저렴한 양주여서 그래도 참 감사했습니다. How very funny. So, 심창보님 said that they went to 거래처's son's birthday for a 돌잔치, and then instead they said whoever is dancing will get this expensive bottle of wine, but then he danced and got it. But when 심창보님 went home, it was just a very, very cheap little 양주 liquor. Well, hopefully you were still able to enjoy your time, and hopefully it was still fun at the 돌잔치. So thank you for your answer, and others, go ahead and send in yours by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050, and it'll only cost you a 100won, which is 101, or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean, add us as a Kakao friend, and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search the same thing, BEFM or 부산영어방송 at any of the app stores. You can listen to our programs and leave us comments after logging in. And now I'll be right back with today's quote after this song. Here is Tears for Fun by Griff.
When it kills your heart, but you can't say no. When it burns you red, but you won't let go. The deepest cuts, well, they heal so slow. I hope they do, God, but what if they don't? Take my life, shoot me in the dark. I've really done some damage. You really messed me up. Tell me why. There's a wire in my brain that doesn't know the difference in loving and in pain. Oh, isn't it the same? But when the clocks keep rolling, when the days and years have gone, will I still be here collecting tears for fun? When it kills your heart, but you can't say no. When it burns you red, but you won't let go. The deepest cuts, well, they heal so slow. I hope they do, God, but what if they don't? Took my years, so how can that be fair? And if you called me any moment, still I would be right there. But what if they don't?
And that was Tears for Fun by Griff. And now it's time for today's quote, a moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. And today's quote is from Martha Graham, and it is, "Great dancers are not great because of their technique. They are great because of their passion." Again, great dancers are not great because of their technique. They are great because of their passion. 훌륭한 무용수들은 기술 때문에 위대한 것이 아니라 열정 때문에 위대합니다. Martha Graham was a pioneering American modern dancer and choreographer, renowned for revolutionizing dance with her innovative technique and expressive style. This quote truly captures the essence of dance. We often get caught up in the technical aspects, the perfect pirouettes, the flawless footwork. But what really makes a dancer great is not just their technique, but the passion that fuels their movements. Martha Graham, a trailblazer in modern dance, knew that technique can be learned and perfected. But passion comes from within. It's that fire, that drive, that energy that makes dance more than just a series of movements. When a dancer performs with passion, the audience can definitely feel it. They connect with the emotion behind the movement. It's about expressing something that words can't truly capture. Think of iconic dancers like Michael Jackson or Martha Graham herself. Their technique was certainly impressive, but what made them unforgettable was the raw emotion they brought to their performances. They made us feel something, joy, heartbreak, exhilaration, all through their passion. That doesn't mean technique isn't important. It absolutely is. But passion is what that transforms a routine into a story. It's what makes a performance resonate long after the music stops. Passion is also what drives dancers to keep improving even when it is tough. It's what pushes them to go back into the studio day after day, striving to express themselves better, to connect deeper with the audience. Think about the last time you saw a dancer perform. It wasn't just the technical perfection that stood out. It was the way that they made you feel. The energy that they exuded, the emotion they conveyed with each step. That's the power of passion. Martha Graham's words also remind us that passion isn't just for dancers. It's for everyone. It's what makes any activity meaningful. Whether it's a hobby, a job, or a creative pursuit, passion is what gives us the energy and drive to excel. It's what turns ordinary tasks into something extraordinary. So the next time you watch a dance performance, remember, it's not just about flawless technique. It's about the heart and soul behind each movement. Great dancers show us how passion can make something truly special. So when I think about this, I really think about ballerinas, right? So when we think of ballerinas and we say, oh, they look so graceful and it looks so easy. But ballet is such a difficult art to, perfect. I've seen people who have, their toes, because they're in their ballet flats, they have to balance on their toes, and they usually have to, their toenails break and stuff, and they're bleeding and it hurts a lot. And a lot of people would say, yeah, I'm sure it doesn't hurt that much, but it does. But it's not just perfecting that beautiful twirl or that little jump over there. It's the passion that makes them practice, even though it hurts. So when we look beyond technique and focus on the passion behind the movement, we start to see dance, and really all art forms, in a new light. It's a reminder that perfection isn't the goal. Connection is. It's the emotion we bring, the energy we share, and the stories we tell through our work that leave a lasting impact. So, as you move through your day, think about where your own passion shows up, whether it's in a conversation, a project, or a small creative moment. Let that inner fire lead you. Like Martha Graham showed us, passion isn't just for the stage, it's for life. And it's what makes every step of the journey truly meaningful. So, again, take a moment to think about your own passions. What lights you up specifically? Because just like in dance, it's that passion that will make you great. Again, our quote for today is, great dancers are not great because of their technique. They are great because of their passion. Great dancers are not great because of their technique, but they are great because of their passion by Martha Graham. 훌륭한 무용수들은 기술 때문에 위대한 것이 아니라 열정 때문에 위대합니다. And that was today's quote. And with that, let's take a song break. Here is Meant to Be by BB Rexa featuring Florida Georgia Line.
Baby, lay on back and relax. Kick your pretty feet up on my dash. No need to go nowhere fast. Let's enjoy right here where we at. Who knows where this road is supposed to lead? We got nothing but time. As long as you right here next to me, everything's gonna be alright. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. So won't you ride with me, ride with me. See where this thing goes. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, if it's meant to be.
I don't mean to be so uptight, but my heart's been hurt a couple times by a couple guys that didn't treat me right. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna lie. Cause I'm tired of the fake love. Show me what you're made of. Boy, make me believe.
Whoa, hold up, girl, don't you know you're beautiful? And it's easy to see.
If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be.
So won't you ride with me, ride with me. See where this thing goes.
If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, if it's meant to be.
So come on, ride with me, ride with me. See where this thing goes. So come on, ride with me, ride with me. Baby, if it's meant to be. Maybe we do,
Maybe we don't,
maybe we will, maybe we won't. But if it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. Sing it, baby.
if it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be.
Let's go. So won't you ride with me, ride with me. See where this thing goes.
If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, if it's meant to be,
If it's meant to be,
it'll be.
it'll be.
Baby, if it's meant to be,
If it's meant to be,
it'll be.
it'll be.
Baby, if it's meant to be.
And welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Midday Mate, and now it's time for Byte-size banter with Andrew.
Hello, everybody. I'm back from my UFO adventure from yesterday.
Me too. I'm back from my UFO adventure too.
Yeah, shout out to whoever was listening yesterday. It's great.
Hopefully, everyone.
Exactly. How are things?
Good. It's your favorite day of the week.
It is Tuesday.
Yeah.
Taco Tuesday. Yes.
Well, for Taco Tuesday is our question about tacos.
No, they're not.
No.
I mean, they something that resembles a taco because we're talking about books. So you kind of open it, you fill it with information. I don't know. There you go. So now this question, I hope I get a good answer out of you because you are you're more of a book person than me.
Okay.
All right. So, I mean, that's not saying much, but I'm giving you some credit here, okay?
Thank you.
All right, Kimberly, it's just trying to help you out. All right, so if you could write a book, what genre or style would you write it in?
I already know my answer.
Well, see, there you go.
I
There
already
you
know
go.
my answer.
Give them the Korean and then we'll get to your answer.
All right, everyone. 책을 쓸 수 있다면 어떤 장르로 쓰실 건가요? So me first?
Yeah, I mean, you're like chomping at the bit here to get it out. So
I would write a biography about all of my family members, like the older generation.
Oh, wow.
So I would write one about my 고모부, because he
Okay.
has an awesome story that he told me once.
Sweet.
So I would want to write that down and have a book about it. And then I would write a biography about my mom and dad's life.
Yeah.
Or whoever like in my family had a cool journey.
Sure.
That's
sure.
what I would want to do.
Yeah, it's. I think like that would be amazing. And I also like my dad. Their side of the family doesn't have a lot of information about like generations ago. You know what I mean? My mom's side does, and you know, there's still a book in my house where you can see of like going back like 4 or 5 generations and see the names and different names and stuff like that. It was really, really cool. So yeah, I think that would be kind of cool as well.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Would you make it like not I'm trying to think it like a mini series in the sense of like, you know, you're a writer. This is about my family. It's a true story. And, you know, maybe book 1 is like an overview. And then book 2 is into certain people. And then keep going like that.
Yeah, definitely. I could make a collection out of it.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
A collection
Yeah.
of my relatives, and then maybe a different generation to see
Sure.
and open up the arms to like other readers.
Yeah.
Because not everyone's going to be interested about my 고모부's life from
Yeah.
a long time ago. So maybe the younger generation and then the generation after.
Yeah.
To leave like a little genealogy in book form, I guess.
Okay. All
because
right.
I don't know my genealogy at all.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's something that I feel, you know, it's not as prevalent or, you know, people don't know it as much as if you go back, say, even, like I want to say 70 or 80 years, you know, like especially individuals whose families, like yours, moved to America or moved, you know, from Europe to North America, you know, across the ocean, I guess. You know, it was held dearly to them.
Right.
You know, like if you look at like Irish families, Italians, you know, any Spanish individuals, these kind of people, you know, they like family was everything.
Right.
You know, and they held on to stuff like that where I feel now after generations, like you still hear like of my, and maybe I hear this more from, I have a lot of Asian friends at home, and they'll be like, you know, I'm a 3rd generation or I'm a 4th generation. Whereas like on my side of the family, like I would never say I'm a 10th generation Irish Canadian. Like it would never come out,
Right.
So it's not as much there, I guess.
Right,
I don't know how to
right.
explain that. But yeah,
It's not like a top priority to really.
there you go.
Yeah.
It's not a priority for them.
Right, because for me, being a child of immigrant parents, I'm considered Ise, which is 2nd generation.
Yeah.
So 2nd generation feels like there wasn't much before me, you
No.
know? So I'm like, I want to know what was before.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot got lost with the whole immigration process.
Yeah, it's something that I feel with every family, it's kind of different. But again, it's for some people, not saying this is your situation, but when they leave wherever they were leaving, some people weren't leaving because they necessarily wanted to.
That's true, too.
They had to,
Right.
So some people want to forget some of that stuff, right? Like I have some friends that moved to Canada from Eastern Europe, and they had to leave for reasons that they never even want to talk about. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So very, very different.
Yes, we got really heavy there for a
Yeah,
second. But
no,
what
but
kind
it's
of
good.
book or genre would you write?
First thing, I would definitely read your biographies.
Oh, thank
There you go,
you.
your collection. Or at least the first 4 episodes. Anyway, so book for me, 100% would have to be some kind of crime.
Oh.
A crime book. So because of the study of, you know, why these people did things and stuff like that.
Their psychology.
Yeah. I really enjoy that. Like, again, not enjoy it, but
It's intriguing.
piques my interest.
Yes,
All
there you
right.
go.
Or, you know, like when you think of, you know, they're like the drug enforcement agency or these people trying to catch like big criminal rings or like the mafia types and these things. I think it would be something along those lines.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah. Like, again, I think, you know, I guess it was last week we were talking about movies you could watch again. One, I just as I'm saying this now, would be the movie Seven.
Oh.
Did you watch this?
No, I haven't.
So it's a Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman. This movie came out a long time ago now, but it is like not a horror, but it's talking about the 7 deadly sins. And there's a setting these people up.
I did watch it.
It is amazing.
I did watch it, but I was very young, so I don't really remember it.
And you probably shouldn't have watched it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But I do remember it now.
It is an amazing, amazing movie.
Oh,
yeah.
let's watch
So
it.
if I could watch that again, but actually I haven't watched it in so long, I wouldn't remember a lot of things that went on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so some kind of crime book, and maybe the main character would either be the detective
Mm-hmm.
or the crime boss.
Oh.
But I would like it to be the detective, but it would not be like, like not kind of like a Batman, not like a fictional setting, like, set in a real city, something like that. Try to get background from, other people so that like I could try to tie things in. But then if it was fictional, I could just let things run and let people's minds make their own story with their imagination, which is the best part about books compared to watching a movie, because the movie does all the work for you.
Yeah.
Right? That's why books, a lot of people will say, are better than the movies that are made. Like if you say Harry Potter or something like that. Whereas once you see it on the screen, you're like, oh, that's what he looks like? Oh. I thought a Hagrid was like, 400 meters tall and, this kind of stuff, right? So a little bit different. So I would go down that road. It'd be some kind of crime
That would
book.
be so much fun.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was just thinking you should make 2 different book styles.
Okay.
One from the perspective of the detective and one perspective from the crime boss.
Double dipping. I
yeah,
like
that'd be
this.
so much fun.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, get to it.
Okay. All right.
When should we expect this book, author?
AI, help me out here, please.
So, listeners, if you could write a book, what genre would you write it in? And don't just tell us the genre, but tell us a little bit what it would be about so that we can get a better idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Well, Andrew, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
Bye. And that was our bite-sized banter segment with Andrew today. And again, the topic was, if you could write a book, what genre would you write it in? What genre would you write it in if you had to become an author and write a book? And I have a few answers here. Answer from Benanim saying, for me, I want to write a science fiction or non-fiction real life story. And the reason is so that he can share his thoughts of the stories that he wants to write. Very good. A science fiction book. I haven't read many science fiction books growing up, but they are very nice to kind of like get out of our regular world and live vicariously through the book and its characters. So that's also good. A non-fiction book, also a very nice answer. Thank you very much. And we have another message here from 만학도영아님 saying, 저는 많은 사람들에게 깊은 감동을 줄 수 있는 소설을 쓰고 싶어요. And that means I want to write a novel that can deeply move many people. And that, there are so many different great novels out there that have really touched the hearts of lots of people. And 만학도영아님, I believe in you. And you know what? If you were to start writing a novel right now, I would definitely buy it too. And we have a few more answers, but go ahead and let us know if you haven't answered yet, because we have a song break and I would still love to hear your answers. So go ahead and let us know, if you had to write a book, what type of genre would you write it in? And with that, let's take a song break. Here is Take Me Out by Franz Ferdinand.
I
And that was Take Me Up by Franz Ferdinand. And now it's time for Don't Make a Scene, where it's time to learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And this week, we're going to learn from the movie Rush Hour 2. Rush Hour 2. And it's a high-energy action comedy packed with fast punches and fast jokes. A big part of what makes it so fun is the chemistry between the two leads. Detective Lee, which is played by Jackie Chan, and he is calm, careful, and extremely skilled, while Detective Carter, played by Chris Tucker, is loud, impulsive, and full of attitude. Their differences create hilarious moments, and their teamwork is what saves the day again and again. And so let's do a little recap of what we learned yesterday. On Monday, the expression was, I'm busy at the moment. I'm busy at the moment. It means I'm doing something right now and I don't want to be disturbed. It's a polite but firm way to delay or kind of dismiss someone. And although I did some reading and acting yesterday, today I will not be, because we've provided you the link to where our clip is from. So if you're able to go ahead and watch that clip, go ahead, because I will not be reading it today. So a little bit of background for our scene. In this scene, Carter is confronting Ricky Tan, one of the main villains in the movie. And Ricky is trying to stay cool and, ignore Detective Carter. But Carter isn't having it. He demands respect by shouting, "Get on your feet!" And he, takes his laptop and crashes it on the floor. And this isn't about making Ricky stand up when he says, "Get on your feet." It's Carter's way of showing that he's not scared and that he expects Ricky to take him seriously. Because he's basically like, "Oh yeah, I know you. You're Lee's American detective friend." It kind of like brushes him off. So then Carter's like, it fuels him up a little bit more and is trying to act all big and haughty and stuff, and says, "Get on your feet." So today we're going to be looking at the expression "get on your feet," or we can say "get on your feet." But in the movie it says "get on your feet" because it's like his little accent there. So it literally means stand up. But tone and context change everything here. When someone says it firmly, it can mean show some respect or get serious. Or in a more positive moments, it can also be motivational, a way to lift someone up after a setback. So say that they had a hard day, they fell down, they're not feeling the best. But if I say, "Hey, get on your feet," then that's a positive way of saying, "Hey, stand up again from that failure and just keep moving forward." Different because of the tone. It's a strong phrase because standing up is connected to power, action, and attention. So, some examples in daily life. A coach to a tired player say, "Hey, get on your feet. We're not giving up. We can do it. So get up, get out there, and do your best." That is something that a coach would say to you when you say, "Get on your feet." It's definitely a different feel and style of how Detective Carter is saying it in this movie here. Or a parent trying to get kids ready in the morning. And I know that could be such a hassle, right? Getting kids up in the morning, getting them ready for school. They don't want to get out of bed. So what do you say? You say, "Come on, get on your feet. Time for school." So get up, let's go to school, get on your feet. So stop laying in bed, get on your feet. That one is just telling them to stand up and get ready. Or even at concerts, right? When someone's on the stage and they're like, "Hey, come on, everyone, get on your feet." Meaning get excited, get involved, and get ready for the next song is what they're saying. Get on your feet, dance, get up, instead of sitting at a concert. So these three examples are totally different from how Detective Carter says it here in this movie. Because in the movie, he is literally telling Ricky Tan to get up on his feet because he's typing away on his laptop, ignoring Detective Carter. And so Detective Carter is like, "Get on your feet, do something, get up." So there are many different ways to use this. Here, Benny Name has a good example. Great. Another example to tie in what we were talking about with Jimmy with the Lotte Giants and Sajik Stadium. He says, get on your feet, everyone. Here comes your Lotte Giants. But yes, that's exactly what they may say at a basketball game or a baseball game or a soccer game. They're telling everyone to get up and get ready and get excited. Again, totally different from what we talked about in the movie. So, think about a time when someone told you to get on your feet. Was it a serious situation? Were they encouraging you because you had a bad day and you needed some, reinforcement to get back into something? Or was it maybe that someone was pushing you to keep going? Or when it was literally that you needed to get up because you're being too lazy? How did it feel and did it push you to do any better? Again, today's expression was get on your feet. Get on your feet. So, for our closing thought, in Rush Hour 2 and in life, getting on your feet is more than just standing. It's about showing you're ready, strong, and not backing down, even when things get a little bit tough. So again, that was our expression for today. Get on your feet. And again, listeners, if you haven't had the chance to go ahead and listen to the clip, because I will not be reading it for the rest of the week, make sure you go ahead and click the link that we provided you to go ahead and check it out so that you're able to see the link and watch it, okay? And with that, let's take a song break before we get into Love is a Science. Here is Come With Me by Anders.
Trust me, just come with me.
So you broke your heart into pieces. Got your guard up playing defense. Wanna take a trip to Europe for the weekend. I see shorty out in Paris for the weekend. Touchdown, you pull up to the Four Seasons. Then you cop a new drip for the evening. Oh, you rich shopping for no reason. You gon' get a new Louis for no reason. But it's not enough. Just be honest, baby. 'Cause you can't buy love if you want it, baby. I know why you're out here and you're dancing on your own. I can tell you're lonely, but you didn't come alone. You got a lot of places you can go, but I'm with me. I'm with me. I'm still searching for signs you can't ignore. When your heart can't take no more. I've been there before. Tried to fill the void with things that I adore, but it's not enough if I'm honest, baby. 'Cause you can't buy love
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Come With Me by Anders. And now it's time for our great segment of Love is a Science, where we explore the dynamics of relationships through data, uncovering the science behind love. And today we're tackling a fascinating topic. It is women confessing to men. 여자들이 남자에게 고백하는 것을 얘기하겠습니다. So now, we all know that traditionally in many cultures, it's often the man who makes the first move, whether it's asking someone out or confessing their feelings. But over the years, we've seen that dynamic shift. So even for growing up in American schools, for me in America, we would always have dances, right? In high school, we would have homecoming, we would have prom. And that's usually the girl would always wait for the male to go ahead and ask them to go to the dance with them. But there were rare dances called the Sadie Hawkins dance. That's when the girl had to ask the boy to the dance. It was a reverse. So those dances weren't, widely popular throughout the times when I was in high school. However, they are become a little bit more popular these days with women taking the lead. So now, in fact, more women are taking the lead and confessing their feelings to men. But how common is this? And is there a science behind why women might choose to confess first? So let's dive into the scientific data behind it. According to a 2020 survey by the Huffington Post, about 60% of women said they've been the ones to initiate a confession at least once. It turns out that it isn't just a trend, it's backed by science too. Researchers have found that women on average are often more emotionally expressive and comfortable with vulnerability, which might explain why they're more likely to take the first step. So, however, when it comes to confessing to men, it's not always as straightforward. One of the interesting things that came out of a study by the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships is that women feel a lot more pressure when confessing to men compared to the other way around. The study found that women are more likely to worry about the possibility of rejection, which, makes sense, right? Putting yourself out there is always a bit scary, no matter who you are, no matter what gender you are. So, what's the psychological reasoning behind this? Dr. Julia Carter, a relationship expert and psychologist, explains that women might be more attuned to social and emotional risks in relationships. In her research, she found that women tend to evaluate the potential emotional consequences of a confession more thoroughly than men. So we're able to play out, if I do it like this, if I confess and they still know, how am I going to feel? How am I going to react? They plan it out. This can lead to a lot of internal debate before they actually express their feelings. But let's not forget the role of societal expectations. Many women, even in this year of 2025, still feel some pressure to conform to the traditional gender roles when it comes to romance. The idea that men should be the ones to chase or pursue can be a bit hard to shake off. But breaking away from these expectations can be empowering. A study by the University of California found that women who confessed their feelings to men reported feeling more in control of their romantic lives. So maybe taking that step isn't just about love, it's about confidence and agency. But what about men on the receiving end? What do they think when a woman confesses? A 2021 survey conducted by Psychology Today revealed that men actually appreciate it when women take the lead, with 75% of men saying they found a woman's directness attractive and refreshing. However, the same study and survey also showed that men often feel a sense of pressure to reciprocate, to give back, meaning there's a lot of emotional weight on both sides of the confession. So, what is our conclusion of this? What can we say? While there's still a bit of hesitation in confessing feelings, it's clear that women are more and more confident in making the first move. And while the fear of rejection is real, research shows that taking the initiative can bring a sense of empowerment. So again, have you ever, 고백했어 to somebody? And if you're a female, I would love to figure out if you did so also. Because for me, as we talked about last week, you know that I have already, confessed my feelings and love to my husband when he was not my boyfriend at the time yet. And it turned out great. Because, as I said last week, I was confident that I would be able to 꼬셔 him. So, I have a message here from Po님 saying, 고백해본 적은 아직 없어요. 조리아님은 있다 했죠? Calling on Juliet님, another listener, saying, did you do it too? 남편분께 본인이 고백하셨다고 했던 걸로 기억해요. So for Po님, she said, I haven't confessed my feelings to anyone yet. But we're calling on Juliet님. Did you confess your love for someone? And so, I don't know. I think being able to 고백해 by yourself is a powerful thing. And, if you're listening and you've been thinking about confessing your feelings to someone, maybe now is the time. Go ahead and do it. The science and the data are on your side. Don't worry about it. And with that, let's take a song break. Here is Good Love 2.0 by Priya Raghu.
We fell in love again.
I've been thinking about you, thinking about when the sunset is to bless another day. Did I dream about you? 'Cause you're the first thing that comes to my mind when I'm awake. Boy, you had me from the beginning. I can't deny we fell in love like shooting stars. We were young, we were reckless, champagne toast on us for breakfast. We were gods, we were restless, and we both knew that we were blessed with good love. Boy, you got me caught in this good love. I really believe that with you, we could take off to the end of. We were really, really found that good love. Boy, you got me caught in this good love. I really believe that with you, I feel we could take off to the end of the world, 'cause we found good love, good. Oh my God, boy, you got me feeling like a star in the coupe with the top down, pumping good love. Oh my God, you don't really want it with these bars, show off, double up. I'm alive with the eye, heart signs in the air, making dance to this. It's the queen in the house, I'm advanced for this. For your lighthouse, I'm a bustin' lamp for this. Lay sand, plant trees, got a plan for this. You heard? Boy, you had me from the beginning, yeah. Getting now, we fell in love like shooting stars. We were young, we were gifted, can hold us down, we stay uplifted. We were gods, they can mess with, and we both knew that we were blessed with good love. Boy, you got me caught in this good love. I really believe that with you, we could take off to the end of. We were really, really found that good love. Boy, you got me caught in this good love. I really believe that with you, I feel we could take off to the end of the world, 'cause we found. Boy, you got me caught in this good love. Good love. Good love. We could take off to the good love. Good love. Good love. We could take off to the.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Good Love 2.0 by Priya Raghu. And now, again, our question of the day and text topic is, when was the last time you danced and why? 마지막으로 춤춘 건 언제였고 그 이유는 무엇인가요? And I had a cacao message from earlier in the show, and we'll let you know. Now, this is from 이연주님. Hello, 이연주님. Saying, my daughter is into K-pop music, so she loves dancing all the K-pop stars' music, and she always forced me to dance with her. Well, I've never danced in my life, but these days I dance every day with my daughter. Oh, that is so cute too. You know, even though we may not be the best, choreographed dancers, but to have that moment with your daughter and to have just silly moments of dancing together to a K-pop song, I think those will be very good memories for later on in the future. Thank you so much, Yeonjunim, for your answer. That also brings up a thing for me too. Recently, when I'm watching like different types of short form videos, I see Jennie from Blackpink and her song Mantra. And there's so many people trying to dance to it. And then I remember I was just watching it and I was like, I put my phone, I was like just kind of doing this with my hands and stuff and doing things. I guess I was kind of dancing, but not really. I was just kind of spotting the different types of movements there. But yes, thank you again for your answer and everyone else who answered for today's question of the day. But now, look at the time. It is almost 1:54 in the afternoon, and it is time to wrap up the show. I've been your host, Kimberly, and here's our last song of Dance Dance by Fall Out Boy. I hope you enjoy the song. Thank you for listening, and have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Says she's no good with words, but I'm worse. But they started out a joke of a romantic stuck to my tongue. Way down with words too over dramatic. Tonight it's a can't get much worse. Worse, no one should ever feel like I'm 2 quarters and a heart down, and I don't wanna forget how your voice sounds. These words are all I have, so write them. So you need them just to get by. You always fold just before you found out. Drink up, it's last call, last resort, but only the first resort.